Okay, Aquarius, let's get into your November reading. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out some cards that we're going to be working with just to speed up the whole process and just to save you from watching me shuffle cards. We're going to start with this one over here, which is going to give you your theme for the month ahead. So, what is the theme for November 2021? Let's turn it over and have a look. Security. Oh, I like that. So what we have here on the image, it may be a bit dark to see on camera, but we're in a cave, okay? We've got a little bit of skyline coming through. We've got some rock art, and we've got a fire burning inside the cave, which is what's giving us security or that sense of security. And I think, as a theme for the month, it's not about being that you need to go and take on armed guard security because you're in danger. Not at all. It's just about feeling secure within yourself around the life that you're living, the decisions that you're making, the things that you're doing, and how you're doing it. So it's not about physical security. It's more about just that sense of comfort, that sense of security, that sense of belonging, and sense of understanding. But we are going to see what the other cards have to say. But so far, Aquarius, Spirit is saying the theme for the month is going to be recognizing, acknowledging your sense of security in the life that you are living. So maybe you've been questioning some things, okay? Maybe you've been questioning decisions, or should I or shouldn't I? And sometimes when you start questioning things, it's because you don't feel secure in whatever you're doing or however you're doing it. So maybe when we have that sense of security, it will stop you from questioning your life decisions and choices a little bit. So let's get into it and see exactly in what area and what aspect and what this security really does mean for you. Okay, so Aquarius, we're starting with these three cards across the top. And this one over here is going to be your financial sorry, let me just start that again. That's finances. We're looking at emotions here. I need to get my head in the right place. So on an emotional level, what does Spirit need you to be aware of? What's going to be happening for you in the month of November around emotions? So Two of Cups, and actually this card has made quite a few appearances this month in all the other zodiac signs that I've worked with. So what is the Two of Cups? Let me actually bring it forward and show you. So here we have these two gentlemen who clearly have eyes for each other, okay? They're in some kind of a relationship, or they're working towards. So it's about the connection that they have. In the background here, we have a little girl and her dog. You can see she's holding the dog on a leash. So it's the connection that they have. We have another couple over there. And here, these two, it almost looks like a mom and a daughter, who are interacting and engaging and who have some kind of a connection. So what the Two of Cups is, it's about an emotional connection that you have with another person. It doesn't have to be specifically romantic, but it's definitely about, just that sense of security and that sense of belonging in your emotional self. So now we start understanding why your theme is security. So this is saying to you that maybe you're not feeling secure around your relationships. And again, I am going to say not only romantic relationships, it could be family, friends, colleagues, work, the relationship that you have with your employer, all of those kind of things. So because the Two of Cups is about partnership, it is about union, it's about joining, it's about two individuals coming together and working together in a positive way. So maybe you're feeling a little bit insecure around that, and maybe you're looking for security. What I am going to say to you with this Two of Cups is that the connection is already there. Okay, the connection is already there. All you have to do is acknowledge it. So if you're feeling a little bit insecure in any kind of emotional situation, this is Spirit saying to you, stop what you're doing, stop and look, observe, feel, be aware, become aware of actually all the goings on that are taking place. And by doing so, you're going to see how secure and how safe you are in the environment. So if you are feeling a little bit out of sorts around emotions, this is Spirit saying to you, when you look at it properly, when you observe everything that's going on, you're going to see that there's no need to feel insecure, because you are actually quite secure. You are actually doing okay. All right. So that's quite an interesting one, Aquarius. It really is. And I know, we all suffer from what I like to call analysis paralysis. We can all get quite caught up in our heads with regards to our thinking. And especially when it comes to matters of the heart, especially when it comes to our emotional self, it's very easy to fall into that feeling of, not being secure and not being safe in your connection. So Spirit saying to you, stop what you're doing and just observe and just look and just notice will bring you that sense of security that you. All right, good. I like that. Now we're going to look at your finances. I was a little bit ahead of myself earlier on. So this has got to do with your money, your career, and your material possession. So what does Spirit say is going to be taking place or happening? What do you need to be aware of? We're staying in the Suit of Cups, okay? Staying in the Suit of Cups, and again, I think I need to bring it to you. The picture is not so pretty. It's gorgeous, but it's not. It doesn't depict such an amazing thing. Here we have a lady dressed all in black. We've got dark, gloomy skies. She's at a gravesite. So clearly somebody significant and somebody important to her. She's got an angel looking over her shoulder, and she's got her dog, loyal companion dog with her. She is clearly feeling sad, despondent, disappointed, hurt, upset, all of those kind of things because she's lost somebody significant. Now, I am going to just right off the bat, Aquarius, say you're not losing anything. All right, don't get like that. But now again, we understand why security is the theme for the month, because maybe you're worried that this could happen. Maybe you're feeling like career-wise, financially, you've had some bad choices, some bad decisions. Maybe things haven't quite been going out. Maybe there's I'm even going to say maybe there's rumors of a retrenchment or something taking place, and you've got yourself into panic mode. Okay, you have got yourself right now, you're in this absolute panic mode, and this is Spirit saying there's no need to. I noticed something else on the card here. Let me see if I can show you. I want to show you this little face in the back here. Can you see that guy? And can you see how the area or the light behind him is so illuminated? And he looks like he's smiling. He looks like he's happy. He looks like, I mean, he's got his arms out. You can see he has his one hand over here and he has his other hand over there. So he's got his arms out, almost acknowledging, almost celebrating, almost welcoming. Okay, there is your security. So what the Five of Cups is saying to you, Aquarius, is when it comes to your money, when it comes to your career, when it comes to all your physical possessions, you have choice of feeling sorry for yourself, feeling insecure, feeling concerned, worried, anxious, nervous, etc. Or you can say, you know what, yes, there is potential of, problems and challenges, but actually recognize that you're safe, that you're okay, you are secure, you are very secure in what you're doing. But if you focus on the problems, if you focus on the potential dangers, what you're doing is your law of attraction. You're attracting those to you. This is Spirit saying to you, don't focus on that. It's If we look at these flower pots across the bottom here, there are 3 flower pots standing up with beautiful flowers, fresh, healthy, strong. She's sad because those 2 have died. So are you going to allow yourself to have a negative outlook because of 2, or are you going to be positive because of the 3? And I do hope that you're able to turn it around. I do hope that you're able to not focus on the potential problems, but focus on the fact that you are secure, you are safe, and everything is going to be okay. I mean, there's the gentleman laughing, smiling, and saying it's all right, it's going to be okay. Sometimes things do go wrong, but it's going to be okay. You have to have faith. You have to hold out for that. And you have to believe that it's going to be. You are safe, you are secure, and there is nothing for you to worry about during the month of November. Everything is going to be okay. Look at that loyal dog. I love it. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of dogs in this deck. All right, friends, we're now going to look at this one over here, which has got to do with your physical health and well-being. So what does Spirit need you to know around your physical health and well-being in the month of November? Right, we have got the Knight of Wands. So the energy shifts quite dramatically. And again, let me show you. So this is you. You are the biker. You are riding a bike. Look at that huge big spanner that you are holding. And it's almost like you're just like, wow, I'm going. Life is good. I'm just going to do things. He's not really thinking. He's not practicing safety, first of all. There's no helmet on his head. The people behind him, I mean, she's in a little bit of shock horror. They're okay. They're sort of celebrating and acknowledging. But this lady's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? So what we have here is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is the card of rushing into things, charging ahead, streaming ahead, not really thinking about consequences. But it's also the card that says, don't think about the consequences, okay? Don't think about what could go wrong, because if we do, if we suddenly start playing that game and thinking about what could go wrong, you're going to be trapped and stuck and caged, secure, okay? But if you are a little bit brave, a little bit courageous, and a little bit enthusiastic about life, you'd be amazed at what you can achieve. Now, let's just bring this into looking at your health and well-being, looking at your physical body. I do think this is spirit saying to you that you are okay. Even if you're facing some medical problems at the moment, or even if you are struggling with anything on a physical level, this is spirit saying to you are okay. But it is also spirit saying to you, it's safe to take a risk. Okay? It is safe to take a risk around your health and well-being. I think playing the safe game here I think that's going to probably not give you the outcomes that you're looking at. So this is, and when I say it's safe to take a risk, we're not talking crazy, ridiculous risk, all right? What we're talking about here is a well thought out, calculated risk, but a risk nonetheless. Because you are safe, you are secure, it's going to be okay. All right. But this is definitely a card that says to you, this is not a time to do nothing. This is not a time to just stay at home and feel sorry for yourself. No, this is a time to do something, and to do something bold, to do something brave. It's interesting. I'm also now suddenly noticing the fox. I hadn't noticed it earlier on. We have this little fox over here, and foxes are, first of all, very quick, very sly, very conniving. Foxes are always thinking about their own needs, wants, and desires, and they're not afraid. They're quite brave. They're quite courageous, but they also will try anything once. So I do think from a health and well-being point of view, something needs to shift, something needs to change. Don't allow yourself to be too stuck in one place. You are safe and you are secure to take a risk, to take a chance, to improve your current well-being, to improve your current self. Okay. So looking really good, Aquarius, really is looking very good. I do think that you probably are living in your head a little bit too much with regards to what you can do and what you can't do when it comes to your emotions, your finances, and your well-being. And I do think this is spirit just saying to you, you know what, it's going to be okay. You are okay. We're looking after you. We've got you covered. Okay, we've got you covered. You are safe and secure. You can experiment, try, step beyond, look beyond, experience beyond, be open to. And if you are able to do that, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve and what you can accomplish in your life. All right, so Aquarius, we have got two cards left down the bottom here, and these two come from a completely different tarot deck, which means that these three cards get the opportunity to show themselves again if they so wish. The questions we're asking here is, what should you be embracing during the month of November, and what should you be mindful of or careful of during the month of November? So let's have a look and see, what does Spirit want to give you? What does Spirit want to say to you? What to embrace during the month? The card that we have got here is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is the card of change. Okay, I mean, just to put it bluntly, to put it simply, it's the card of change. It's the card of recognizing that your current reality or your previous reality wasn't really good for you. It didn't really feel great. It didn't really feel fabulous. And it's time for some major changes. All right. And Spirit is saying it's time to embrace that. Feel confident, feel secure. Don't worry about the what if. Don't play the what if game. All right. It's time to just allow change to take place, even if you don't always completely know what's waiting for you on the other side. Bringing this card back into it, I think it makes total sense, because when change is forced on us, like in this particular card, she's lost somebody important and significant to her, and it's obviously not a choice that she made. It's something that sort of happened to her. Um, and it's not something that she initiated or wanted for herself, and she's now fearful of, like, what is life going to be like without that person, without that situation. And Spirit is saying embrace it, because even though you don't know all the answers, you need to recognize, you need to realize that Spirit have your back, and it's going to be okay. You are safe and secure in the change, but it's definitely time to embrace. And on an emotional level, it's time to make those connections. It's time to recognize that your relationships that you have, existing and new relationships, are really good and worth something and will bring you a lot of happiness and success. Okay. Our final card over here is what you need to be careful of or mindful of during the month of November. So Aquarius, let's see what Spirit wants you to be mindful of. So this is a little bit, I'm going to call it conflicting, okay? This card is sort of conflicting with everything, but let's see, let's unpack it and see what it's saying. So this is card 0. It is the very first card of tarot, and it is the card of the Fool. The Fool's interpretation is about new beginnings and new opportunities and blind faith. Okay, so here Spirit have been saying blind faith all along. You know, go for the change and know that it's all going to be okay. Know that it's all going to work out for you. Know that it's all going to be fabulous. But be careful of that. So this is what I'm saying. It's a bit conflicting. But you know what it is? I want to link this card to what we were talking about here, where Spirit was saying take a risk. All right. Spirit was saying take a risk. But here, what they're saying to be careful of is taking unnecessary risks. So I think this may be the way that I was explaining this card, and maybe the way that I was interpreting it. Maybe Spirit were thinking that I was missing the plot a little bit and encouraging you to be a little bit too crazy in what you do around your physical health and well-being. And this is Spirit saying, yes, we need to make some changes. We need to allow life to progress. We need to allow life to evolve and to happen. You are safe and secure in everything that you do, but that doesn't mean that you have to be careless. And I think I'm going to apply it to everything that we've covered. Spirit are confirming and acknowledging that you are safe and you are secure. You can take those steps. You can move towards the unknown. You can move into uncharted territories, but don't be reckless. Don't take unnecessary risks. Don't put your life on the line. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. There's a fine line between a safe risk and a crazy, ridiculous, unhealthy risk. And I think that's exactly why this card has come up in that position. All right. So Aquarius, I feel like this has been a very long lecture for all of you, sort of telling you do's and don'ts of life. But you know what? I think the big key here for you is the security that clearly in all areas of life, you're feeling a little bit uncertain. You're feeling a little bit insecure. You're feeling a little bit unsure of whether you're doing right, what's next, where should you go and what should you do. And I think really the big thing to take away from this reading for you today is that Spirit are looking out for you, that you're okay and everything's going to be okay as long as you trust and as long as you allow things to develop in the way that they should, but always remain in control. Always be mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it. All right, Aquarius, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.